we go.
Okay, now we're running. Take it away, sweetie.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Married Life of Rich and Kevin.
There we are.
Oh, I bombed that one, didn't I?
And I'm Kevin, and he's Rich. Yep. And first of all, happy Thanksgiving to everyone. And excuse me, we're really excited. Our youngest is going to be staying with us, and we are cooking the full-blown traditional Thanksgiving meal, minus the chestnuts here.
Wait 1 second.
Okay, just...
The kitties are playing with the camera.
Oh. We got it? Okay, there we are. Sorry, the light started going this way, and we think we've got a fur-bearing critter that's playing around. But anyway, before we get started, a little bit of shameless self-promotion. The paintings in between the two of us are two of mine, and we used them as Thanksgiving cards this year. The one with the pumpkins and gourds. Actually, my folks used those. They bought a books and sent them out to family and friends, and then Rich and I sent out the one with the two men looking off into the horizon. And we got a little visitor here. Okay.
Yeah, now we got kitties.
Yeah. Okay.
We became crazy cat guys a couple months ago. We actually have 4 kitties now, and so. Yeah,
you're going to be hearing all kinds of sounds and all that kind of stuff. So hopefully y'all like cats, because going forward you're probably going to be seeing quite a bit of them. This video is going to be the last one in our household finance series, at least for the time being. And it is on giving, and that is part of our overall financial plan. All giving is good, be it your time, your talents, resources, financial or otherwise. They're all equally valuable and equally needed, and people and organizations are blessed by all of them. The way we do things, and with as busy as we are with all the things that we have going on, we all spent plenty of time volunteering back when we were younger and before we got married and all of this, but now that, grace be to God, we're in a position to give financially. That is predominantly what we do. And there are 4 organizations that we typically give to on a regular basis, and we wanted to talk a little bit about each of those and why it's important to us. This in no way, we're in no way are we suggesting that other people need to give to them as well, because that is entirely your business. Right. But shortly after, it probably won't be until tomorrow, but once this video gets downloaded, we will put links to these organizations in the description. But if you can't wait until then, you can go ahead and just Google them, and they're all Indiana-based organizations, and you won't have any trouble finding them. So which one do you want to do first?
Let's go ahead and we're going to do Life Journey. Okay. Life Journey Church is a church that we met at. Kevin was already going to Life Journey when we first met in 101 and 102 classes. We've talked about that in our past videos. That's, well, you could talk about it. We periodically, at certain times of the year, we feel blessed and to give extra or above or whatever on top of what we normally give at Life Journey or other places, just to and it's, I guess I'm going to say we feel called to. Yeah. I mean, and like I said, everybody's going to be their own, and we don't want to upset anybody on what they feel like they should be giving, shouldn't be giving. That's totally up to you and what you feel and what you have to provide yourself. It's going to be one of these days. It's going to be one of these days.
Yeah.
Sorry, the kitties are fighting.
Yeah.
But anyways, but Life Journey, you can talk a little bit about
Yeah.
what they do.
Life Journey is a predominantly LBGTQ church. Followers of Jesus, serious, biblically based. They are very essential to the area. They provide a lot of outreach, primarily to historically marginalized groups. And their website has, you can watch videos of past sermons. There's a daily devotional that I believe is called Be Still and Know, that is written by various members of the congregation. They have all kinds of local ministries that they take part in. They do a lot of help with, hurts to say it, but they do a lot of help with providing relief for young people, LGBTQ young people who have been kicked out of their homes because of who they are, or just find that they need help because they have trouble finding and getting hooked up with various resources on their own. They also help, again, hurts to say it, a lot of domestic abuse cases. And if you've ever known anyone, a lot of times when there's some kind of domestic abuse going on, especially if there's children involved, the parent has like a split second to grab the kid and leave. A lot of times there's simply no time to plan it and to pack suitcases and things like that. It's like you grab your keys, you grab the kid, you get in the car, and you go as far as whatever gas is in the tank will take you. And so they help a lot of people in those types of situations. And also they help with taking care of older members of the congregation who were fighting the good fight back in the bad old days, 60s, 70s, 80s, and especially when the AIDS epidemic hit, and all of those years where no one knew what the hell the virus was, how it worked, how it was transmitted. There was a lot of just bad science out there. And so a lot of people were just washing their hands of members of the community because of that. And so we find it worthy.
Yep.
And again, if the church and their story interests you, they do have a website, explains all the history, all the people who are in ministry there. The pastoral staff is predominantly LGBTQ and women, again, historically marginalized groups.
Yeah.
And so anyway, that's one there. Another one in this vein that we support is the Damien Center, and that came into existence in the 80s, again, during the AIDS crisis. They specialize in providing not only free testing for anyone who wants it, but helping to prevent not only AIDS, but other STDs, providing assistance for people to get, for AIDS patients to get medical care, housing assistance, food assistance, all kinds of counseling assistance. And again, they focus on historically marginalized people. And fortunately, they have the means to do a lot of costume parties and fundraisers and a lot of big city type events.
Yep.
But every dime that they get is most welcome.
Yep.
And then the next, we're moving over to our animal friends. There's a local no-kill shelter called Cat's Haven. And we send money there on a regular basis.
Right.
They specialize in caring for elderly and other cats that have severe medical issues that for whatever reason had to be given up. They also take care of the various feral cat communities in the area. And but their whole thing is to let the kitties wind out their days in a safe and loving environment. There are a couple that are you know, if people are interested in adopting a special needs cat, there are some that can be, you know, that are healthy enough to be placed in homes, but for the most part, it's a place for cats to wind up their days without being euthanized. And they get no state or federal money. They operate purely out of donations. And then the last actual organization is
The Raptor.
yeah, Indiana Raptor Center. And they specialize in nursing back to health wounded or orphaned birds of prey. So your owls, your hawks, your eagles, your kestrels. And because a lot of times what will happen, we've been to several of their presentations and we've talked to a couple of the people that volunteer there, is like, for example, somebody decides to cut down a tree in their backyard and it's timber, the trunk hits the ground, and 3 or 4 baby owls come tumbling out. Well, okay, now what? But they will take, you know, these baby birds and they will nurse them back to health, and if they can be released back into the wild, they will do so. If they cannot, because some of them do have injuries that they recover from, but they can never be out in the wild again. For those, they live out the rest of their days at the center, and they are used in educational programs. Yep. Typically in the state parks, they'll go to various schools. We saw them at a lodge we were staying at.
You can also, when we put up the website, you can actually go visit the center,
tours.
and they do tours and stuff like that. So it's just wonderful. I mean, everybody has their own different places or things that you can give charity to. These are just some of ours.
Yeah.
But we feel like these touched base with us. I mean, obviously our church touched base. Kitty Cat or Cat's Haven, because we have, you know, all the kitty cats. And so then we have the Damien Center that, you know, being gay, I mean, you know, we're going to support them because, you know, we just believe in everything that they do. And so, and then we just got hooked on the Raptor Center. We was on vacation and saw a presentation and just thought it was awe. I mean, we love the birds anyways. Yeah. And so, but that's how we kind of chose which ones we like and stuff like that. Doesn't mean eventually we won't change them out. It doesn't mean that eventually that we won't get more.
Right.
But something else, some of the other things we do is and some people might not think, okay, this is not really charitable giving, but we're really, really big tippers. So Kevin, I have never worked in a job that generally I got tips, but Kevin has. So, in the past. So we make sure that, especially like if you go for breakfast somewhere, you go to a restaurant, you're getting breakfast, it's like 2 people, $12. Yeah. But if you would have went for dinner and at the same restaurant, getting the same service, you know, the same people, and the dinner is $35. Okay, so, you know, kind of like how fair is that? The person doing the breakfast gets their, what is it? I don't know, because we always go way over. Yeah, 15%.
Yeah, 15% is typically the norm.
But we like I said, we make sure that we tip generously.
Yeah.
I mean, when we go get haircuts, we tip generously.
Yeah. And usually about at or around 50% of our bill is what we tip. And again, this is not a, oh, hey, look at us or anything like that. This is, part of it is, we've both had the lean years, especially early on in our careers, and I've worked for tips before, but gotta admire people who are out there hustling as well. And so this is all part of the reason for us trying to regularly live on half of our income so that we are able to do these types of things and without being concerned about it. And it's also, it's we feel blessed to be in a position to do things like this. And in kind of another way, again, it doesn't really fall under giving.
Right.
And we've talked about it before, we make an effort to support local businesses.
Right. Yep.
And local artists. I mean, yes, I paint my own stuff, and we've got a lot of it hanging around. We'll do a tour sometime.
Yeah.
But typically, on average, we buy a piece of art, typically a painting, from a local artist every year. And talked about in a previous video that the paintings behind the watercolors there, those were by a Bloomington artist named Quang Cha, and before that were the landscapes by Daniel Scott Hardin. And we'll have to turn this around sometime, but we've pretty much we've nicknamed it the Arena Gallery because there's all these sketches and watercolors from Irina Smilovich, and who is a friend of ours and my art instructor and also an accomplished artist herself. And so we just have discovered that it's important to us to help spread the blessings around. And again, be it your time, volunteering, it doesn't have to be backbreaking, be it just your talents. Again, I've never known an organization to return anybody's checks, so any kind of financial donation to organizations is appreciated. But there's a huge gratitude element for us as well. And
well, man, I want to talk about this. We were called very recently to give out certain dollar amounts to certain charities. So some of the charities we already mentioned, and everything. There's certain dollar amounts. We're getting ready to buy a house in the spring. And so we were both kind of like, okay, I know the Lord is calling on us to do this, but we really,
we were
kind of like, we don't have the money. I mean, we want to put it away for the house,
right.
and not dip into anything. And we felt bad. I mean, we kind of beat each other up. I mean, personally, I don't like that, but beat each other up about how we are so blessed, and we just like, okay, no, write the checks. So we did. We wrote the checks. We mailed them out, and then not long later, Kevin got notification.
That I was that I was getting a performance bonus for this last quarter, and darned if the amount of the bonus wasn't the exact dollar that God put on us to give. So essentially, it didn't cost us squat because it was a performance bonus. It wasn't part of my regular earnings or anything like that. And and we'll get into this in later videos when we start getting into our faith and spirituality and all the experiences that we've happened. This typically is how it works, is for us. God will put it on us to do something. And, typically it's contributions. And there will be a dollar amount that just sticks in both of our minds. And then invariably the money appears. and which, I don't know, maybe some of you have heard that God is not going to ask you to do something without making sure that you have everything you need to do in order to do it. And this is what we have found to be the case with us. So we step out in faith, and sure enough, here comes everything that we need to do what we've been asked to do. Or to...
Sorry,
God, scared the crap out of me. Wolf.
Jeez. This video is going to be fun, I can tell. So we're sorry.
Yeah, but remember, no edits. So, but anyway, that's also kind of our test for, is the.
Okay, wait a minute.
Yeah, just a second. Again, this is sort of like a test for us. Is it God putting?
See, this is the
yeah. This is Aethelwolf.
That's the route.
This is Aethelwolf, or big old moose cat. But this is sort of like our test, whether or not God's putting this on us, or if it's just some kind of subconscious thing that we thought about, or if we sort of felt like, oh, geez, it's getting to be the holidays, we really should do something. There's, is there any kind of guilt angle in it? And but nope.
Nope.
So, but let's see. I think that's kind of it for now.
Yep, that's about it for this video.
Yeah.
Now I think the next section of videos is going to be more spiritual faith, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I think that everybody's going to find this interesting.
Yeah.
Where we started, where we are, where we're going.
What we learned along the way.
Yes, and things like that. So that's, see the kitty in front of it, the camera.
Yeah.
But anyways, but that's, that I think is our next group of videos.
Yeah.
I don't know how many. We'll see what it takes to get through them and everything. And so.
Oh, I know something I wanted to mention as well.
There's the fight.
Come on. All right, both of you go.
Cat's Haven, I'm giving them a call.
Jeez, it's like having
the thing is, they don't act like this all the time.
No,
I think
don't.
it's because we're on the video doing it that they want to be rock stars or something. But they don't act like this all the time.
But anyway, a couple of things I wanted to mention with the close of the household finance is as far as we kicked around doing an investment piece, but we opted against it because with the firm that I work for, because of independence issues, there are a lot of investments and a lot of funds and a lot of types of investments that I am prohibited, well, we are prohibited from being investors in.
Right.
So it wouldn't have been very informative, and so we skipped over that for now. The other thing is we talked in the last several videos of how we do things and why we do things, and that we've got goals and all of this. And everything that we've mentioned, does it guarantee that we'll be successful? No. But what it does do is that it puts the odds more in our favor of achieving what we want to achieve. And it puts us in a much stronger position than if we would not have done these things. So basically, we know that there's no guarantees.
Right.
And but we continue to be hopeful and continue to stay on course and do a bit of tweaking when necessary, and we're confident that we'll get to where we want to be, but no guarantees.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
Is that it?
I mean, the only thing I also wanted to kind of touch on is we talked about what we give as a tip when we go out to restaurants or whatever, but to live on our income, trying to split our income and try to live off one, we don't go out to dinner a lot. I mean, we eat a lot at home. So if you love going out to dinner, you might not, it might not be feasible for you to give $1 the size of a tip, a half size tip of your bill. But we personally, we don't go out to dinner a whole lot. So when we do, and we're really enjoying, we like the atmosphere, the service, and everything is, and everything. I mean, not like if the waiter or waitress came to us and didn't fill our drinks, we're thinking, well, let's take that $1 away. We've heard of stories about that.
Yeah.
But no, if that's just, the whole thing is letting everybody know we try to live off one person's income. And by doing that,
we're able to do
other things
things at the level that we're currently doing them.
Right. But I think that's about it.
Okay. Well, we want to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving, and as always, we welcome your comments and your insights, and
Yes.
and we love reading about your experiences.
Subscribe.
Yeah, subscribe. We're over 1,000.
We are.
We are over 1,000.
Woo!
Yes. So watch the videos all the way through so we can start making some cheddar cheese off of this deal.
Yeah. Well, we just got to put on more videos.
Right.
And actually, we just both got over COVID.
Yes.
Or at least I did.
Yeah, well, yeah, mine turned out to be a really bad cold, but anyway. Yeah. So we won't go down that road.
No.
But happy Thanksgiving to everyone, and take care, and we'll talk to you all in a couple of weeks.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.